I'm Bopsto, the Elder Weeb.
And I am Red, the bald-headed wonder.
We are the Anime Boys.
Boys! Anime boys. Go ahead.
Yeah. But before we get started on today's episode, we gotta get some shit off our chest.
Yeah, we gotta we
Cause
gotta get we
man,
gotta get real with you guys.
so when we chose Saga of Tony the Evil, I was thinking, man, it's a cool anime and whatnot. I really enjoyed it when it came out. I thought Red would really enjoy it. We both really enjoyed it.
We had a good time. We
Me
even we
too.
just we
We
even
had a good time.
included a friend to watch it, and he
Yeah,
liked it.
we and he doesn't normally watch anime though. Like it's all good. It's all good. And when we recorded the first episode, it went smoothly. Hell, recording the second episode went smoothly.
Yeah, it
But
was.
right when Red was about to start editing the intro, what happens?
My,
He gets an on call.
yeah, I get an on call.
He and is on call for that weekend when he's not supposed to be on call for that weekend.
Yes, and it's frustrating.
And then everything else just started to unravel, and then that led to the episode being like almost a month late.
Yeah, and
Because it's gotten so bad we've called it the Curse of Tanya. Because man, Tanya sure listen, she hates fucking being Gex, but man, she sure hated us a whole lot more.
well, you know what? She's a whore, and it's over.
She is. I don't know if I'd call a 12-year-old girl a whore, but
I don't know. I feel like
I don't know. But like so much shit went wrong. When Red and his wife came down to visit me. And for whatever reason, the podcast episode did not upload to the drive. My girlfriend got sick for like 3 weeks. I got a sore throat. Just everything that could have went wrong and got in our way just went wrong. And then we also found out that the audio for the first episode of Tanya was fucked up,
yeah.
and it pissed both me and Red off.
Dude, that episode,
Not to mention,
if you did watch it, Bopsto's voice was doubled, and it would cut in and out from being doubled, and we don't understand why. It was very frustrating to deal with.
it pissed us off real bad. And also, not to mention your computer troubles,
Man,
where you had to
my
reset your computer. We thought
my computer
we thought we
literally
lost
melted.
everything.
I was like, what's
Yeah.
going on? It wouldn't work. Everything was running slow. I ended up having to completely reset my entire computer from the ground up. And luckily, it saved the files from the episodes.
Thank God, thank God, all that shit. Because I thought we lost everything for a
Yeah,
second.
and I'm honestly thinking that it might have happened when I got the files reset, but I don't know. But you know what?
I don't know. We'll never know. But anyways, that's in the past.
Yeah, that's in the past. Let's start off with a new.
I don't think I'll look at Saga of Tanya the Evil the same way again after all this shit. But anyways, that's the past, and we're gonna get on today's episode.
Yeah.
So join us as we go on a top secret mission with Vin Diesel to find the true meaning of family and Spy Family. If you haven't seen the anime before, and if you're one of the few that haven't, we highly encourage you to. And if you haven't seen it, well, if you like espionage, telepathic children, and peanuts, then you are sure to enjoy Spy Family. So Red, what did you think of Spy Family?
Dude, fucking hell of an intro.
Yeah, dude.
Vin
you like the Vin Diesel? Yeah, dude, it's family.
Oh my gosh,
It's
that was
it's family.
whoo, that was the tits, dude. That was funny.
I'm glad you liked it. I was a little
Oh
worried
man.
with me bringing in the Vin Diesel, but
So
I'm glad you liked it.
the one thing about Spy Family that I really, really, really enjoyed was the actual like, oh man, it was just so action packy with just an
Hmm.
overwhelming like warm heart feeling in almost every episode. It was crazy. It was
Yeah,
just
it is.
if
It
I
was really
had
fucking
to
good.
describe Spy Family, it would have to be a very humble, wholeheartedly whimsical espionage type thing. It was it was
Yeah.
crazy. There was so many elements to take in,
Hmm.
but it wrapped well. It wrapped together so well.
Yeah.
But what about you, Bopsto? Because this was the first time for both
I
of us.
this was the first time for both of us. I was slightly familiar with the series because I read manga somewhat regularly, and I'd see this updated constantly, and a lot of the channels I'm subscribed to would talk about the series in very high regard, and I was very excited to see it whenever the anime dropped for it, and I'm so glad we did. It was like Red said, it was like super wholesome. Everything is blended well together. I think like it does not too much of one thing where I think the elements that are important to the series end up taking the foreground a whole lot more. So like the family dynamic and whatnot takes a huge um portion of everything, but everything's sort of built around it almost.
Yeah.
It is really good, very wholesome. Probably one of my up right now, probably one of my favorite anime to come out this year. Um, Let's see with how things look with projects like Chainsaw Man and Hell's Paradise and whatnot. But right now, Spy Family's pretty high up there for this
Yeah,
year.
Spy Family is
Um,
pretty cool, and we wanted to cover something that was kind of a little bit
Laid
more
back.
mainstream, something that people were this could be a first anime for somebody experience,
Oh
and
yeah.
we would like to see if we get any feedback at all off of anybody who's watched it and wants to just check out other people's opinions. That's what we're here for.
hmm
Uh,
Yep. Well,
but given
without
all,
further ado,
yeah, given all that, let's pop off with episode
let's
one.
just. All right. So episode one starts off with the brakes of a government official in a car veering off the road.
It
It's
starts off with
very
a fucking bang, dude.
explosive, and then that's where we got like a boardroom. I believe if I remember correctly, the guy who got killed was I think he was a guy from West Dallas, which is the main sort of country that our main guy Twilight is from,
Yeah, Twilight is
and
from Westalis.
West Dallas.
Westalis.
And so basically like there's like basically like a feud or like a impending war between these two countries, West Dallas and Ostalis. And that's where we got our main man, our international man of mystery, Twilight,
Ooh,
who is
Twilight.
fucking who's a fucking boss.
He is
He is the
absolutely
ultimate
incredible.
he is the ultimate fucking spy.
He is
He
amazing. He can like look
and
over fucking 10 stacks of files and remember all of them off the top of his
every
head.
single little detail.
But
And it's just like it just opens up with this fucking montage of Twilight being a fucking
oh
badass
dude,
of him. Like this one bit where one guy who appears later in the episode, Edgar, is trying to get blackmail pictures of a foreign minister wearing a toupee,
oh
and
yeah.
Twilight gets there before him dressed up as him and just fucking
Just
takes it. And
intercepts. He
the
just
poor broker is like get gobsmacked when he sees the real Edgar. He's like, "Oh shit, I got had. I got had." Um,
um
uh,
oh
there's another.
so
Sorry, you
are we
continue.
saving the notes for like after or
We can you can intersperse them within. Is there a good one for this beginning bit that you got?
yeah. I said that
I
the man at the start, which was Edgar, looks like a
yeah
crossbreed between Meek Meek from the Muppets and Uncle
yeah.
Iroh and a goat.
Why go?
Cause he had the big ass beard and goatee, dude.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
But
I
like
can I can see I
he had
I can
like a
see
very
that.
much like Uncle
He,
Iroh feel.
yeah, yeah, he's got the beard and got like the little
And
side things on the beard.
and he looked like you know
Um
who Meep is from Muppets, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
He just had a feel to him. I don't know, or was his name
I
Beaker?
can I think Beaker. I think you're thinking Beaker. So
I
the guy
think
goes
it
meep,
was
meep,
yeah
meep.
me me
Yeah, yeah,
me
it's
me.
Beaker. Beaker. Yeah, it's
I
Beaker.
think it was Beaker.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's Beaker.
but I thought that was
uh other than Twilight being an absolute badass, he's an absolute Chad because he's at a dinner with the person who he's a quote unquote fiance of, who's like the
oh
daughter of that same foreign minister,
uh-huh.
and he's like, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm breaking up with you.
I'm
You're
bored.
fucking dumb.
I'm bored.
I'm bored. You're not smart,
Man
and
just
we're
calls out the
through.
dumb bitch in front of everyone.
Yeah, and this walk. It was like a public event and everything. He just fucking
Yeah, in the
walks
middle of a
like
restaurant,
it's
he's just like,
like a
sorry,
Chad.
sorry, chick, gotta
I
go.
think I think one guy was also proposing to a woman at that restaurant
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
he said, "I'm gonna head
And
out."
so like I'm out of here. I'm sorry. Family over.
Man,
I'm done. I did my mission. I'm out.
dude, but
And we
let
got a cool little scene of him discarding the pictures and whatnot and
yeah,
discarding his old identity.
but let's talk about the next scene after this, with the really
Yeah.
smooth newspaper transfer.
Dude, I so one thing I love about the series is the fucking like world building and all the spy stuff because it's really well integrated.
Yeah,
So like with it's like so like Twilight or like what the this agent like the secret agent bureau has these things set up where they have info brokers with items that are coded and they will say like something that will be associated with a certain code like a code cipher
yeah.
letter.
So they'll say words that start with C,
Yeah,
and then that will
yeah.
decode into the C
hmm
cipher.
Well, the first one, the guy who hands off the paper meows, and that gives Twilight the cue, like, oh, okay, so code C.
Yeah, code C,
Yeah,
which C for cat.
yeah,
Which it's really
and
funny when they add these things in because it's just hilarious in the Japanese
yeah,
like the Japanese um language. It's so funny to hear them meow. It's like
yeah. He goes yeah, because like
he's
the
like
sound from
meow.
meow is nya. It's like
Yeah,
yeah.
he said meow.
um,
Yeah.
but dude, the fucking newspaper sequence is so fucking good and smooth.
Dude, it that was just. But anyway, like the transitions in most of the scenes in the anime were really really smooth.
Dude, yeah, yeah, they're all really fucking good.
Oh man.
Um, but with here, Twilight is briefed where he's got to his target is very reclusive, and he needs to have a produce a family within 7 days, and have the kid enroll in the same school as his son to try
Man.
and get closer to this target,
Yeah.
Donovan Desmond.
And he went
And
ape shit when he found out.
how am I supposed to have a kid in 7 days? Fuck. And that is the start of what Twilight was not expecting this to be like the most stressful mission
Dude,
he's ever been on.
I had a
This
note
this
here.
poor man goes to fucking hell and back for this fucking mission.
Dude, he really does. He's like
Yeah,
insanely tired all the time because
yeah,
of how much
yeah,
work he
dude.
puts into it.
Uh-huh.
But with all this information being found out in the decoding of this newspaper, we get to introduce mine and Bobsto's absolute, favorite character of the entire anime year for me.
Dude,
Oh my
fucking
gosh, Anya,
hell yeah.
dude, Anya's
Anya,
so
dude.
sick. And if you don't know who Anya is, she's the little chick flip flopping on the screen right now.
Yeah,
She's so cute,
but
man. She's like,
or like it's like Twilight just goes to like the shadiest fucking orphanage you can find.
man.
Uh,
He really
because they,
does, because he has to be like
yeah.
super secretive about it. So I
Well,
mean,
it's because kids with troubled past histories are easier to like forge their credentials and identities.
yeah,
And so, but like, it's like the guy who's running it is drunk. All the kids are wearing fucking tattered clothes. And in the back, they're just well, he asks for a kid who can write, and there's only one kid who can read and write,
and
and
that would
that's
be
our girl Anya.
Anya, which at very first glance, she's very very smart child.
She's mhm.
At first.
Yeah, yeah. One thing that's interesting, I think it's implied, but I think Anya most definitely lies about her age
You
to Twilight.
you think so?
Yeah. Well, because he would only want her if she's 6, and she's like really, really small, like smaller than an average 6-year-old. So I think she might
Oh,
actually be closer to 4 or 5
I don't know.
than
I
6.
feel like that would
Because
be
she
like
she
I feel
she
like that would be in the plot or plot worthy
yeah. Well,
if
I
that
think it's
was
just
the
like a
case.
small implication because whenever he's thinking, I need some, she doesn't look like he's 6 years old. She then says, "I'm 6. I'm 6."
I don't know, dude.
Um,
That
I
would
don't
be
know.
that's a
Let's see.
that's like a whole TED talk by itself. Like,
Maybe, maybe, but I just thought that was like something that was kind of interesting. But dude,
but
Anya
is
is seems to be a genius. She can fucking solve crossword puzzles that are super difficult. Uh, she can I forgot what other thing she did. I think it was just a crossword
she
puzzle
just did a crossword
thing.
puzzle
Yeah,
really
yeah, did a
fast.
crossword puzzle, which by that she means she's telepathic, and so Twilight is just giving her the answers without knowing that he's giving her the
You
answers.
did not just drop the biggest bomb in the
I
whole
I
show
did, I
so
did.
laxly. You
Yeah,
cannot do
yeah,
that.
man.
First of
I did.
all, Anya is telepathic. She can
She's
read people's
telepathic.
minds. But
She can read
Bopsto's just
people's.
like, oh, she's telepathic.
Yeah, she's just telepathic. Listen, man,
What?
we've covered a lot of wild shit already, man.
But this is
Telepathic children isn't really.
it is for the anime. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? You can't just. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh! So Anya's
that's great.
background, she's been adopted like 4 times, and
Yeah.
the only reason that he ends up taking her is because she kind of reminds him of him when he was younger.
Of him when he was younger.
Because nobody ever
Um,
gave him a chance, and she was
dude,
in
well,
such bad shape. Like I said, she'd been
it's
adopted four
that.
times.
It's that. It's also implied that he was probably born like almost like a orphan
Yeah,
or something like that, which is very very interesting considering we covered Saga of Time of the Evil, which had an episode that explores how conflicts and wars affect civilians
yeah.
with
Um,
the the what was the name of that city? It was RN, I think, where the it zooms in on the child with the fucking vengeful ass look in his eyes because he plans to seek revenge. I thought that was very very interesting that we happen to cover an anime that has like a similar thing going on into it.
yeah.
Except Twilight
Um,
used that to like basically emotionally distance himself from other people.
yeah, he uses that, but with Anya, as the series
But
goes on, it just kind of
I mean,
breaks her away.
Anya starts breaking that shell
But
super fucking hard.
to finish up
But
the details of episode 1 before we get to delving too deep into
yeah,
shit. Oh,
yeah. But
so he ends up adopting her. They come home. She
yeah.
she has to keep her secret from everyone.
hmm
Anya, she will not tell, and
she's
still has
afraid
not.
that
Yeah,
she's
told that
afraid that
she's
if she tells
telepathic.
anybody that she'll just get sent back to the orphanage.
Yeah, because the
Um,
scientists who did it to her, or no, the scientists who were testing her, told her that when she was little,
Yeah.
and she held on to that, you know. But
Yeah,
with all
dude.
that being said, she figures out that Twilight is a spy. Uh,
No.
but
And she is
she
excited. She is stoked. She's like, I'm
so
going to be a part of a
stoked.
spy mission.
But at the
It's
same
going to be
time, she
awesome.
tries to keep it a secret that she knows that he's a spy.
Yeah, she knows. And so there's like this whole montage. I think it's either when they're walking home or no, it's he's taking her out for the first time, and she's constantly reading his mind and always just mishandles the situation. So he's like, I can't be holding her with one hand. If an enemy comes out, this will be a weak spot. And as soon as she hears the word enemy, immediately goes and fucking hides.
It's really cute.
And
Anya
it's really cute.
is Anya has such a dynamic about her that's just like
Yeah.
perfect. It's such a the anime would not be anything without Anya in it. That's
No, no,
how
no. She
important of a
is the
character she
key to
is.
this. Everything with how she acts and everything like that is like crucial to this anime and manga's like success.
And if
Um,
anybody who is listening to us right now, we do recommend to watch the subbed
yeah.
version of the anime. And the only reason
Hmm.
I say that, because usually I'm not like, ooh, you're not watching subbed, ooh, you nerd, you weeb.
Yeah.
But no, because I usually like listening to dubbed anime. Sue me if you want to. But this one I had to watch subbed because the dubbed audio it's really
I
bad.
couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't get
It's
behind it.
it's just bad. The difference
Everyone else
between
is.
Anya's voice in the Japanese version or the sub version compared to the dub version was day and night. It was awful.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
anyway,
But
moving on. Uh,
But there's one more important thing we gotta know about Anya. That is,
yeah,
so Lloyd is thinking, to understand, I gotta understand this creature. He like how he refers to her as a creature.
yeah.
And he's like that to understand her means world peace. And when she hears that, understanding me means world peace. All right, I like peanuts and I don't like carrots.
So he goes to the
It's
grocery
for great.
store,
She's
gets her
so.
peanuts, all
Uh,
kinds of different groceries, and they finally
hmm.
get home. And her favorite show is actually about a spy.
Yeah, it's a fun
It's
cartoon.
a spy
And
cartoon, and she's watching it when she comes in, and she calls the home Anya's home.
it's Anya's home.
But
it's
honestly, though, we
it's
need to
her.
start getting into more depth with
Wait,
Lloyd's
wait.
character,
Dude.
because
So yeah, Lloyd.
I don't want this podcast to be all about
Listen, this
Anya.
podcast is probably going to be mostly about Anya. I'm not going to lie,
It's really
but
funny,
but yeah, no.
but
So
let's get into some other
the
characters.
identity that Twilight takes that we'll probably refer to him mostly throughout this podcast is Lloyd Forger, a psychiatrist,
Yeah, slash
and
fake dad,
slash fake dad who becomes towards the end of the series more so real dad.
fake news.
Um, Fake news. But Lloyd, he is out of the other like Anya and the other gaggle of weirdos he has to deal with. Lloyd's like the most quote unquote normal
I wouldn't even call him
character.
normal. He's just very adaptive. Uh,
He is adaptive. He's the only person in his group that can human well.
human.
Because that's not the only way I can describe it. Because with Anya and with later on Yor, they can't. They're not very good at being
They're not very good at
being regular
being
people.
regular people. But all
But
episode one had so much in it that we're trying to cover it
yeah, we're
all.
trying to get it go. Yeah,
So
but let's get back on that.
after
So
they
yeah,
finally get
Lloyd leaves to
home,
get the
yeah,
test application and answers. Anya constantly is trying to go out with him. He's like, no, you need to stay here. And there's just this cute little montage of her trying to tail him, and he constantly just catches her.
and puts her back
And
in, and then
he
eventually
has to barricade the door.
he blocks the door with like a garbage can
Yeah, dude. It's not
to
even just a
keep her
can, it's a
inside.
huge ass dumpster.
It's like he had to put it in front of the door to keep her from getting out, and
Yeah, dude. Um,
she ended up getting into all of his spy stuff.
the spy stuff. She is super bored, and I like the face that she has when she's bored. It's very nice little
It's
face.
not as good as the serious
Good-
face.
It's dude. Almost all of Anya's face is really good, but that serious face is also like top notch. But yeah, no, she's bored. She's looking. She's trying to find bombs. She thinks that Lloyd might have bombs in his spy case,
Uh,
and finds some communications equipment
and she knows
and just
it's
messes with it.
communications equipment, which is weird.
Yeah,
And she sends out a
and,
telegram of telling enemy spies where he was located.
come and get me. It's an
Come
unencrypted message.
Come and get me. I live here. It's-
Yeah,
the
and
fact that she did that, I was like, what? It was so funny.
yeah.
She just,
I
and
mean,
I'm surprised she knew how to use it. Like,
yeah, dude. No, she's just pressing buttons. She probably didn't know what she was doing. She's just hitting buttons on it.
man. But that
Um,
leads into one of the smoothest and coolest fight scenes
yeah, dude.
in the anime.
Lloyd got back from his man Frankie, who we'll get more into as this goes on. Frankie's fucking awesome.
Frankie is
But
he is the Tomohiro.
he is. He even looks like him.
Yeah,
He's like a skinny
skinny
version.
Tomohiro.
Yeah. He comes home from getting her application and answers to the admissions exam, and next thing you know, he's fucking ambushed. And well, no, he realizes something's up because the lights are off and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And as soon as he sees an enemy, he goes fucking ham.
dude, it's crazy. He goes in and just like it was just not even thought through. He just went in there, dodged someone's fucking bat from the door. He just ducked, swiped him under his
Yeah.
feet, knocked him on the ground, knocked him out with a fucking chair, and
Yeah,
then
dude.
ninja moved
The
across the living room.
animation, the animation of him running across the room to grab the chair and hit the guy across from him with it is so fucking smooth.
It was so smooth and cool because it was animated in a way that was really fast, but
Yeah.
you could see him, you could see the movements clearly, and it was
Yeah,
really
dude.
really neat. Which
Sorry,
I'm a
all's
huge fan
well.
of smooth animation.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Dude,
when
I
it,
love smooth. That's why I like watching anime so much because there's so many, a lot of anime out there with like super smooth ass
and
animation,
see that's
and
why I
it's
really
so
got into Jujutsu Kaisen because they
Jujutsu
have really
Kaisen.
really good cinematography when it comes to the fights and the animations
Yeah.
it comes with fighting. It's not all blurs and like Dragon Ball type fights. It's really detailed, thought out,
Hmm.
really fast, and I'm not hating on Dragon Ball for the record.
Yeah,
Um, but
but
the animation is really really smooth in this, and I really love it. But
yeah. But anyway, he rushes to Anya's room. Anya's missing, and next thing you know, Lloyd gets knocked the fuck out.
yeah, Lloyd or
He gets
so we thought.
fucking decked. So we thought. But
uh,
we'll get to that. Anyway, so
they
we cut to this like old, I guess it's like an abandoned grocery store or something, and it or like a supermarket. And Anya's been kidnapped by Edgar, and she is like, I like the like worried face, like worried look on her face with like the teary drawn like wavy eyes to make it look
yeah,
like she's crying.
she even tells the guy, she's like, "Don't kill me, I'm sorry." Like,
Yeah, yeah. But she's been kidnapped by Edgar, and this is all because Lloyd took those damn toupee photographs. He is upset. This man is obsessed getting those fucking photographs because he wants to blackmail that foreign minister so bad. And one guy who suggests that they just forget about the toupee pictures, he just fucking glasses them. He
dude,
just pulls out his gun
he just pulls out his gun and
and
pow,
shoots them.
just dead. That's it, gone.
Yeah.
And then he
All while
tries
they're
to
waiting.
play it off
Yeah.
to Anya that it's his
Uh-huh.
patience as a
Yeah, man.
psychiatrist.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there's nothing
Well,
like some real good physical therapeutic session.
yeah, dude. So Edgar's men bring in the person who they think is Twilight, but it's actually just one of his goons, and Twilight has already just fucking grabbed Anya and dashed for the exit.
So it doesn't show this, but do you think that he pretended to be knocked out?
I think he might have actually been knocked out, but he probably woke up fairly
I don't know. It
quickly.
wasn't
Or
explained, but
he
I
pro
feel like with
but he probably with him he probably it's a good likelihood that he did fake being knocked out.
I feel like the way he is, it's because he got knocked
Yeah,
out. But um, all that being said, he in his mind he's talking about he gives Anya a letter to take
yeah,
to the
to the
police
police.
station
I like how he
because
sets it up. He's like, "Oh, these guys are me and my buddies here. We play tag, and we really like finding good skilled players. And what you need to do is take this to the police, and if you do, you win."
yeah,
And
and
he goes and as he sends her off and runs. Anya knows at this point that it is Lloyd, and Lloyd goes in and he fucking goes ham on these
yeah,
minions. He fucking sets up a fucking flowers like a smoke trap.
dude, the my favorite part about this part, and I have it in my notes here, is
Yeah,
the complete phase shift of his face.
yeah,
It went from like delighted to playing with Anya to as soon as she
yeah,
left, death incarnate. He went,
yeah. He's like, oh man, I'm gonna take these guys out. They fucked with Anya.
dude. He fucked those guys up. I mean,
Yeah,
all the way
dude.
around. They're gone. And I think he ended up
Hmm.
sparing Edgar at
He
the
did.
end.
He goes up behind him, holds a gun to his head. And he basically says, leave me the fuck alone, or I'll kill you."
No, no, no.
He
It
even
was.
he
It's. He
uses
said he'd kill his
he'd
child.
kill his daughter. Yeah, and he threatens to kill Edgar's daughter.
He
And he's
literally
like,
said, "I know how much you love your kid,
yeah,
and if you leave me alone, I promise you'll get to go home and see her for another day. But you have to give up this life."
hmm
And I think he did.
and
I think
he
he
probably
did.
did. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause, I'm not so sure about the manga, but I don't think he makes a single appearance. I know he doesn't make a single appearance in the show again, but I don't think he makes a single appearance in the manga again either.
Yeah.
So he probably took those words to heart.
But
um, but
in this
this is where we
episode,
find
yeah,
out Twilight's come from a not so great has a not so great past. And dude, there's such a nice scene of when he walks out and Anya hasn't left the spot that
and
he left her
she's
at.
just cowered down, like
Yeah, and she
waiting for him to
comes.
come out.
Uh-huh. And it's got this really nice scene where I was like holding back tears at this point. She's like, don't leave me, I'll cry.
Oh,
And it's just so it's just it was so so nice and heartwarming and whatnot.
yeah.
Um, but anyways, they return home. And because Anya still got past the test, she's not very thrilled. But Twilight's got the answers, and he's guiding her through.
And
And when she goes, I like how when she goes and takes the test, she was wanting to try and rely on her
telepathic,
powers
yeah.
to cheat on everybody. But all the kids are freaking out over this test.
It made her nervous,
Uh-huh.
and
And
she ended
I
up
like
barely passing.
I like the little visual thing that we got here, where you got almost the spirit Lloyd guiding her hand with the answers.
Yeah, that was like really cool. Crap, I
Hmm.
dropped my ring.
And then we get it. Anya's passed. She made it into the same class as
Well, we don't know that
Donovan's
yet.
son.
We don't know that yet.
We know she's made it to the same class as his son. We don't know the kid's name yet.
We know that
But
she passed the exam. This we haven't
yeah.
found out anything else. At this
Well,
point.
no. She is in the like she is like as long as they pass the interview, she is in the same like the list when they're looking at it outside. It's for the classes like for everyone that everyone's in.
I thought it was
Because when it's
because
separated,
of
it's just
what they
it's
like
the pass.
graded.
So no, it's the pass list, and then it's the list of only who passed, but the list of who passed in what class.
Ah, okay.
That's how it's set
I
up.
did not know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But
And after Lloyd sees it, he lifts her up and just collapses
yeah, I one
because for
I
the
have a note for this actually.
yeah what you know.
I said, my man's had to take a death nap in the schoolyard real quick.
Yeah.
He had to take a
But
death nap, dude.
mhm.
Oh,
Because he is kind of he's just he doesn't believe it, but for like the first time ever in his life, he actually felt relaxation.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't say
That
in his
just like it's
life,
such like
just in
a
the past like
the first like time in a
month.
while.
He's been
Well,
doing
I don't
this for
say
like a
months, but
month.
the first time in like a while has he felt like actual genuine relaxation.
Yeah. And he just
And you got Anya going, no, don't die.
he said, "Don't die on me, Dad." Papa, no.
Papa, no. But with that, we can go into the second episode where we are
Um,
introduced to the opening for this
Actually,
series.
before we jump into episode
Oh,
two, I did just want to comment about the the fights are different than most animes in the
yeah,
retrospect of this anime. Because in most animes you have like long, drawn out fights, where in this
yeah,
one everything is quick to the point. Let's kill each other.
hmm
I really love the aspect that they kept it with, with him being a spy. They kept it all espionage themed,
yeah,
really fast takedowns, as fast as possible. Get it done, get
hmm
out, and
get it
I
done.
really
Yeah,
like that aspect. But with that being said, we
yeah.
can move into episode two, where we get
Um,
introduced with one of the coolest looking intros I've
the
seen
opening
in a
is fucking
while, dude. It's
yeah, dude. This guy like so many different like art styles going on in it. So first it opens up with like a fucking spy car like bursting through a fucking exploding building,
yeah, it
and then it
gets.
immediately juxtaposes it with like this. I don't know what art style I'd call it.
I would
Um,
say I wouldn't really call it a specific.
it's almost like
It's a chaotic art style. It's like
I'd say it's almost like one of those old like vintage like 50s style like
yeah,
drawings, like how like you'd see like animation in the 50s and whatnot.
yeah, like
Um,
it was a colored
I'd
like
say something
spy
like that.
cartoon intro. That's
Yeah,
basically what it looked like. It was a
and
really really neat intro.
yeah. And I like the name of the song. The song is called Mixed Nuts, and the lyrics have like this analogy about how people are kind of like a bag of mixed nuts, and they all try to pretend that they're peanuts,
Yeah.
even though they're all different like nuts. Yeah, I don't think you've seen the translated lyrics, but after this, I'm gonna link you the opening and ending with the
Well,
translated lyrics
you
because I think they're
definitely
very.
described them to me. So
I described them to you, but I think it's better if you also see them for yourself, especially for the ending. But anyways, the opening is really, really fucking great.
it's really funny
Um,
because it like pulls you into obviously Twilight is having a lot of issues trying to find a wife. But
yeah,
in the same retrospect, and I'm just gonna read my notes for this one.
I
He dressed up the new Tomohiro like a woman in order to try to avoid getting a wife. But he ended up looking like Marge Simpson had a baby with Wreck-It Ralph.
oh man, dude, no,
Oh,
poor Frankie does not make the
oh
cut.
my lord,
He
Frankie looks
is.
so bad, dude.
I like how it's like I thought you might look alright. It's like, dude, I'm not like some master of disguise like you are, man.
Dude.
Um,
But he ends up taking Anya to get her dress sewed or her dress,
yeah,
her first like outing dress, like measured. And the way he does this is he takes her there, and he's like, maybe I shouldn't do this mission. I
mhm,
can't find someone that's suitable enough to become my wife. And then this is the
uh,
cutest fucking scene.
yeah.
Anya sings the mommy song.
Yeah. No. So you're forgetting. So that before all this, we get introduced to Yor.
Oh snap, dude!
Yeah,
You're
yeah, and
right.
also
Shoot! Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
yeah,
dude!
yeah.
Why did I not put
We haven't
this?
even started talking about your yet. Why is this not
Whoopsie
in your
whoopsies, dude! What the
in your?
crap?
Did you forget to include your whole thing?
I man, it's
It's all good.
dude.
But
I
anyway,
did
so
I did add it. It just
yeah,
I skipped it for some
yeah.
reason. Oh,
So we
sorry.
got your. It's all good. So we got your who works at an office. And this is where we get some. I like how casually the world building is like introduced here. That basically spies or there's a huge like crackdown of spies in Nosalis.
Yeah, it's
So much
like
so
really bad.
that so much so like it's so bad that it's just like people are like, okay, this is normal. Because they talk because yours coworkers are just talking about it super casually.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, my
And
neighbor got picked up yesterday for
and
being a
not
spy.
just that, but single women seem to be picked out the hardest
For some
out of
reason.
everybody else. Well, I think it's because it's like seduction, because they have the potential to like be like seductive or something. I don't know, like something like that.
Maybe
But
around the lines of that.
single women are seem to be the most suspicious to the people and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, but dude, yours coworkers are fucking bitches, man.
Dude, fucking the main Becky of the
Fucking
story.
Camilla is a fucking bitch.
Becky.
Sharon, the older coworker Sharon, she's kind of cool.
Yeah, she's
She's just like
okay.
very laid.
She
She's
just
laid back, but dude, Camilla and
she's
the other
just
bitch that's there
dude, bad. Awful. Awful
are
people.
just bad. They're fucking awful fucking
Yeah,
people.
they're so fucking rude and mean to
Yeah, dude, because
your
they're being mean to Yor because she's single
uh
and whatnot. You also get some things about how Yor has a younger brother who wants her to get married,
but Yor kind of gets
and
introduced in a very interesting way
yeah.
with her being just a waiter at this restaurant,
Mhm.
but she's talking to Camille and Sharon and the other bitch, and she she's Yor is a type of character. She's just very ditzy. I was
She's not very smart.
she's very
She
very
she
and she's a horrible
she's
cook.
at, at least when it comes to regular social activities and like regular life, she is not a very smart person. Um,
um
with the most respect, she's great and all, but man, she a little stupid.
she a little
um,
no, but we finally get to see the other side of your at the end
yeah,
of
she
this
gets a phone
scene.
call
But
and from a
from
person named the shopkeeper,
shopkeeper.
and immediately her demeanor changes.
Oh my goodness! Like
She's all of a sudden super serious.
deadly. Let's not forget about that word.
Yeah.
We
Uh,
find out that Yor is a trained assassin.
yeah.
Trained to kill.
It,
She
I believe her
is
name. I think it's either the Thorn Queen or the Thorn Princess. I
it's
think
the
it's the Thorn
Thorn
Princess.
Princess. It is very much the
Yeah.
Thorn
Yeah.
Princess.
And we get, but sadly, there's not a whole lot of scenes of your doing hits.
Yeah,
But the first one that we see here is really fucking good.
yeah. By the way, at this pace, we might need to cut it into 2 episodes.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
because we're at 43 minutes right now.
Damn. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
But to the side, I'm probably gonna cut that part out. Um,
All right.
um, but we get to see some really cool, very graphic scenes from Yor.
Yeah.
It's very
She
very
fucks some
nice.
people up
She really
super
really
hard.
does.
Yeah. She just goes up to this like penthouse, and these guys who's like, oh, I don't think we're expecting a woman here. But anyway, he might our guy here might want to see her anyways.
yeah.
And she immediately just goes into fucking murder mode.
She man, when we say murder mode, we mean murder mode.
Murder mode. She fucked him up.
Like we don't get to see her in action. She's moving so fast.
Yeah.
She's like Naruto, like speed. um,
Uh-huh.
and she
And
just
by the
you're just seeing people's blood being splattered all over the walls.
yeah,
It's absolutely crazy.
and by the end of it, she is just covered in fucking blood.
Yeah, it's insane. And she walks in,
And
and after her target, she done killed everybody on the
yeah,
top floor,
basically, yeah. She there's nobody alive up there.
and she finally kills the guy that she was after. And then
Hmm.
after it's all said and done, she complains about getting her dress bloody. So she because she wanted
Yeah.
to go
Oh,
to a
no, no, she
party.
tore it.
Oh, it
She
was
tore it.
Torrent, and it was because
And it's
she.
the one she was gonna wear for Camilla's party that she's
So
supposed to bring a husband to. Or
see
no,
how
I
it's
think she's
all
supposed to
coming
bring a
together.
boyfriend to.
Do you
Yeah.
see how everything's coming together?
Yeah, everything is coming together.
it's
Oh yeah, it's coming together.
it's all coming together.
So anyway, Frankie, we cut back to Lloyd. Frankie has a stack of papers
Yeah,
of unmarried women,
yeah.
and he's like, "Yo, I like this one tidbit I do like." Well, and I'll just say it quickly so we can move on. But I like how female spies are very, very hard to come by due to these spy hunts that are happening.
Exactly.
Because Frankie, asks like, "Yo, why don't we just use like a female spy?" And he's just like, well, dude, like there's hardly any right now, and if there
Because
are, a lot of them are laying super down low.
yeah, if they're not already captured, they're not doing anything at all because of
Yeah.
the spy crackdown over where are they at right now?
So, um,
Estonia.
Astanya.
Yeah. Are they
Yeah.
living in Estonia at this point, or are they in Rostov?
Yes, they are. They have to be because this is
Because of
all.
the for the main
Yeah.
target.
Hmm.
Um,
But so, anyways, Lloyd decides to take out Anya to get her measurements for a school uniform, and there's one thing I like I'm surprised you didn't bring it up because you liked it so much. That is when the lady is taking Anya to get her measurements, she's
I
like,
was finna talk
"Dad."
about that.
Yeah, I'll let you talk about it.
Dude, the seamstress lady takes her arm. She's like, "Come on, dear, let's get your measurement." In the background, Anya's just struggling. She says, "Dad, I'm being sold off." it's
And he's just like,
man.
"It's all
I
right.
do this. I
She's
do
just
the
gonna take your
scene. I
measurements."
do that scene no justice, man. It's so
Yeah, dude,
funny, dude.
it's so good.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Um, and
But this is
as
when
this
Yor
happens,
walks in.
Yor comes in to get her shit fixed, and as soon as Anya comes out, she lays down the charms because
Yeah.
because he's like, oh man, he needs a woman. I'm gonna get him a woman. Anya's like the perfect wingman,
I'm gonna be the wing kid.
the wing child.
So she starts singing the mommy song.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, I'm so sad. If only I had a mama.
Mama, I'm so lonely. I need a mama. Oh, but Twilight is very, very interested in this woman due to the fact
Yeah,
of her sneaking up on him, which doesn't happen.
yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
so one thing leads to another. They walk outside and they make a deal. Uh,
Yeah, it's like, I need a woman to act like my wife for so Anya can get into school, and you need a boyfriend. So we'll help each other out. I got a dead. I like how he smoothly comes up with the story of having a dead wife.
oh, dude, he just on the spot talks about a dead
Yeah,
wife. He's like, "Oh, my
yeah,
wife died."
yeah, dude. It sucks, but Anya here needs to go to school, and I need someone to be my wife for that.
Oh, dude, this is so funny.
Wait, what?
Oh wow. Oh, Anya parent trapped Yor in Twilight by gaslighting.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. That's great.
I need a
Um,
mommy. I'm so sad.
hmm So they agree for that. Lloyd goes to like a convenience store where he has give it a quarter, and is the guy ribbits as he leaves, and he's like, ah, this must be code F.
Codef.
And that's where Lloyd gets a jewel theft job. He's got to go
Yeah,
steal some
it's
jewels,
man, it's so good. This scene's
and
insane. Uh,
he, he brings Frankie.
he brings Frankie along. He's like, "Why do I gotta be on this job? I'm the informant. I'm not a spy." Poor
And just
Frankie,
shut up.
dude.
Listen, there shouldn't be anybody here anyways. Let's just go ahead and get these jewels. And as soon as they get to the fucking warehouse, it just turns into a fucking shootout.
Oh my goodness! And
Where Twilight is whooping ass while
tw-
poor Frankie is trying to just scramble to the car
he no he ends up putting all of the jewels in the car in the time it takes Twilight to beat down
to finish.
38
Yeah,
men.
so Frankie's pretty capable if he's able to like do that and have everything ready in time for Twilight.
Yeah, he's capable for
It's
Twilight.
fucking yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
and
Dude, he's a fucking Frankie's a fucking homie.
uh, this right here, it said, talk about the actions before the party, like how he took out 38 men without asking consent, and they didn't even stay for dessert. Talk about two punk
uh,
chumps.
hell yeah, dude. And then we got Lloyd's late. Yor goes to the party by herself. And that's where we get introduced to some other characters. Camilla's boyfriend, who I don't know how you can put up with that bitch. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, he seems
Oh,
like a chill dude,
he is a chilled out dude. I don't, maybe
and
it's
he's like
because he just
friends with
has the,
Yor.
maybe it's because he just has the patience for her.
And Camilla comes up and she's being a bitch to Yor.
Yeah,
And even the boyfriend's like, yo, man, you should probably just like chill out. Like,
but they're just like constantly like picking on your, her and her friend
uh-huh.
group, and then they start talking
She,
about how Yor is a spy and how they're not gonna let her leave. It
yeah,
locks her in the
it's being real
apartment,
fucking rude.
like being a real
Yeah.
Becky, dude. Like,
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
um,
she's a real fucking Becky. Like I got that in my notes. She's a fucking real ass Becky.
but
Probably the biggest Becky we've seen in this series. And we got the scene where we get a little insight into Yor's character, where she is imagining how it'd be if she just killed everybody.
in the room,
And
like
she in the room, and then
she's like, all this could go
she
away. Like,
and then she talks about how she finds it just hard to relate to regular people,
yeah, it's insane.
and
But
it's
then in comes Lloyd,
Lloyd covered in blood.
covered in nothing but blood, just from head to toe, beaten. Uh, and they're just like,
Hmm.
oh, like, are you okay? Everybody's like,
Yeah, he's like, no, no, it's fine. One of my patients just got real violent. It's all good. Camilla is fucking flabbergasted, and she tries to throw fucking hot gratin. I think it's that gratin. How do you say it? But
I
the
don't know.
fucking hot
It
ass
was
dish on the Yor. She fucking catches it with her leg.
yeah. So she's just trying to embarrass her because at this point,
Yeah,
um, Lloyd ends up making the mistake of saying or that he's her
husband.
husband instead of
Yeah,
boyfriend,
instead
and
of boyfriend,
that starts a whole new.
and that starts a whole thing. The thing. It's like shit. I was supposed to say boyfriend. Fuck,
Damn it! But
guy.
he just shows up and just puts Becky in her place in a way.
Hmm.
She ends up catching the really big dish of shrimp or something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, it says gratin.
Yeah, something
It's
like that.
Gratin. It's like a.
But
I think it's like a. She fucking fucks him up.
yeah, she
Catches
catches,
it,
and then
and a little small bit falls on Camilla's nose.
and burns her nose.
And I like how Lloyd's like, "Hey, that's not very ladylike." He's just like, "Oh, sorry."
Oh, sorry. But
Um,
they end up leaving the party after a really
yeah,
nice you know, in your place moment from Lloyd. Talks about
yeah,
how she didn't want to talk about she didn't want to embarrass Lloyd being the second wife is what it
yeah.
was. But let's just move on from this party.
So
uh,
we're driving away. They're going. They find out. Oh shit. There's some remnants of the goons that Lloyd took out at the fucking docks,
yeah.
and they're being chased.
Yeah.
And he's
It's
like, "Oh man," and yours like just fine with it. She
well, no, she's completely
she's
just dumbfounded, dude.
she's dumbfounded. She's not very smart. She doesn't really put two and two together, even though she herself is in a
She
very, I guess you say, a very professional line of work.
Yeah, he ends up giving her the excuse of this is his treatment method for his patients.
Yeah, dude, this is my patience, dude.
And Yor
they really need
takes
to get it out.
Yor ends up taking part in the extreme healing methods of good old Dr. Twilight.
Yeah, dude. They're
He,
going out. She fucking kicks a dude and the fucking
dude
um
decimates this man.
decimates a man. That guy's probably not alive anymore. She
I
probably
don't
killed him with
know.
that
She
kick.
cracked his chest. Had to.
Yeah, dude. And I like Lloyd's reaction. She was like, "Yeah, dude, you fucking punted that fucker like a football.
He's like,
That's
oh,
sick.
sick, dude.
That's
But
a
then
good
it
kick
goes
on
on.
you."
Then it goes on like a above ground compilation of them just fucking up everybody in the
They're just
whole
fucking
alley.
people up and chasing, and they get to a point where he's gonna try and propose to her.
No.
He's like, "Oh, shit."
Your asks him to marry her.
Asks him to marry her, and he reaches for the ring. Oh shit, the ring's not there anymore because he
This
saved
is
the
so
ring. He saved the
great,
ring
dude.
for her after the jewel theft thing,
Yeah,
and
and then he
he does the
improvises.
smoothest fucking thing and
Improvises, dude.
improvises with a
He
fucking
ta-
grenade.
He takes the grenade pin out of the grenade, throws the grenade over the boxes that they're hiding behind, slides it on her finger, and says, "Will you be my wife?" As everybody in the background blows the fuck up.
It's synced to when he grabs her hand, and
Oh
it
my
is the
gosh.
smoothest fucking
It's-
thing.
But this is just another
I don't
thing
know.
between Yor and Lloyd, man. They have such a
Yeah,
good
dude.
dynamic between them.
They
It's
got a good
fantastic.
dynamic, but they say their vows and the episode ends.
Yeah. By the way,
So we open episode 3.
we're definitely gonna
Yeah.
have to cut this into 2 parts.
Okay.
Uh,
So Yor moves in, and Anya is very excited,
oh, dude, Anya's so excited.
and she.
But this episode really isn't a whole lot because it's
No, it's
this episode's so quick because
yeah.
it's all about them getting adjusted
It's
to the new apartment.
they're getting adjusted to regular life so they can prepare for the interview.
Yeah, they're just well, not even. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
No,
Yeah.
it is to prepare
It
for the
is.
interview because you'll,
But to Anya and
we'll
Yor,
get-
it's just a regular,
it's just yeah.
a regular
But
day
Anya's
out.
house tour is so fucking good.
But they're trying. I think the funny part is at the beginning of the episode, he's trying to go over what the interview is going to be like with Yor.
Yeah, dude, he
Anya.
does a mock interview, and
They fail.
they fail so hard. Fucking, he asks Anya, he's like, "Oh, what do you do when in your time off?" And Anya is just like, "Well, I like to watch TV, and sometimes sometimes my dad leaves and locks me in the apartment." And fucking Yor, I forgot what Yor says, but Yor
doesn't
fucks
speak
it
at
up.
all because she's just like
She doesn't. Yeah,
But at this point,
Um,
Lloyd's just like, I knew it was gonna be like this. We have to whip you
like,
guys into
I-
shape.
we gotta do something. It's like, all right, okay.
Let's go. On
We're
a
gonna go
fa-
out.
Let's
We're
out
gonna
on
go on an outing, or as Anya will
like,
say, an outing.
It's an outing.
And so Lloyd takes him out and to do like particular activities of like what your typical upper class family would do. However, at each situation, Anya and Yor are just they just I just haven't they can't human. They just can't human right.
They just can't human, dude.
They
It's
they,
awful.
they go to an opera Anya's asleep.
Yeah.
Your I forgot what yours thinking about.
Yor was thinking
Um,
about the torture methods they were using in the
yeah,
opera.
the torture methods. Yeah,
And
and
Lloyd was just
then
enjoying it.
yeah, man. He takes her out to the takes him out to an art museum. Anya's like, "Yo, I see tits on this on this painting."
Hey, Dad, titties.
Yeah. And
Or did
then
she say
yours
boobies or
admiring
something?
the picture, and yours admiring the picture of a guillotine.
Yeah, she just has orgasmic episodes
Ah,
around
dude,
like
dude,
weapon or
murder
torture
fucking turn,
devices.
dude, murder turns her on.
It's crazy, but
Yeah, she's like she gets hot over murder.
um but this
Uh,
we actually get a piece of Anya lore here. We can fill in a few gaps here.
yeah,
Her powers of tel- tel- telepathy. Gosh, I
her
couldn't get that
telepathy.
out.
Yeah,
Um,
because they take
to a
Lloyd
debate.
takes him out to a rally,
Yeah, a debate rally.
and she is overloaded
Yeah.
by the thoughts of all the people there. And actually, I wonder if negative emotions also, or if like the emotion of the thoughts also has an impact on Anya,
No,
because it's a bunch of negative, like, and that's like it's overload of thoughts, but it's like a lot of negative thoughts as well.
I don't think the emotion behind it matters. I think it's just the fact of there's just so many voices around her
Yeah,
that it's just so much that her head can't congest it. She gets really bad headaches, gets
yeah,
really dizzy, and
hmm
she just gets dizzy listening to dumb people talk.
yeah, yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Um, let's see, we got that. I forgot what happened here, but I got a note here that says "bitch loves her knives." I know it's about your, but I'm trying to remember what particularly
It's whenever they
it's
were
about.
eating at the.
Yeah. The eating at the place, and she's just talking about the knife. Yeah, okay.
uh,
That's
but
what it
dude,
is.
you missed the wall art at the museum.
Well, you missed it as well because that's still at the museum,
Yeah, I
and
know.
we went to the.
I went.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Oh
no.
shit.
The
Okay.
this was the thought thing was before they went to the museum,
Uh, but
and then
But
it
anyway,
happened
so
again
she's
after.
drawing and she's drawing this fucking elaborate art of like of the cartoon spy and our director Chimera as she calls her little Chimera plush um and all that stuff, and Lloyd comes in, he's like, I can't tell him what it's actually about, and so she said it's of you guys and
No,
me
no, no,
living in a
no.
castle, and he's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's she
that's very
tries to play it
nice.
off as something else because she
Yeah.
doesn't want them to figure out that she knows.
Yeah.
But he ends up like completely misreading the photo
Mm-hmm.
into thinking like she
Because
drew a fire truck, but it was
because
a
he's drawing.
dog.
Yeah. But they end up going to a place where Yor likes to go to relax, and that's where they notice a guy takes a personal lady, and Yor immediately springs into action.
Oh, dude, this was so cool. Uh,
It's so fucking sick.
dude, he ends up seeing an old lady get her purse snatched by some purse snatcher in the middle of the day. And they're just like, oh, Lloyd's just like, oh, she should have been more careful, dumb bitch. And
Yeah.
Yor jumps into action, dude. She jumps over the railing. She just dives downhill and chases
Mm-hmm.
down the alleyway to try to find the dude. And
Yeah,
comes
dude.
back to the old lady because she couldn't find her or find
Yeah.
the purse snatcher. And she comes back to the old lady and
Lloyd.
says, I'm so sorry about what happened. When I find him, I'm gonna torture him in the worst way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the woman says,
Um,
"Oh, that's nice."
that's nice. You're a nice young lady. So they're walking out, and Anya actually spots him,
Mm-hmm.
and she has to try to communicate to. She picks out his voice in a crowd
Oh yeah.
using using her telepathy.
And then Lloyd actually ends up
and then
noticing the way that he walks.
yeah,
And
Mhm.
finds the guy too because
Well,
she points at a cake shop
she
or
at
something.
a bakery. It's like a bakery that has like
She's
cakes,
like, "I want cake,"
and she's like, I want cakes. Like, dude, we just ate.
but it
And
was in
like,
a
and
way
then
to
he's,
put his attention
mhm.
towards that man.
Yeah, and when he sees him, Lloyd fucking he dips it. He fucking does like what I call like a fucking he does like a fucking Assassin's Creed
Dude,
takedown
that's
on this man.
exactly what it looked like. Uh, and I have something here. His little his little speech that he said to the man, but in
Hmm.
here I have it written down. It says, talk about how the purse snatcher ate the foulest of food, aka the fucking pavement.
Hell yeah.
uh,
Um, and so Lloyd, we got a little bit more stuff of a Lloyd starting to soften up a little bit more. The shell is cracking just slightly more.
becoming a very profound
Is
and cute,
becoming
wholesome
Yeah, they're
family.
becoming a very very good little family. And they end the day with hot cocoa, and they all have their own colored plates,
Oh yeah, it's
and
really cool.
it's so nice.
um,
We got the fucking outro, and I'll say, dude, I
dude,
think the outro is like even better than
it definitely is
the opening.
100%. The editing
Uh,
behind the whoever
the
edited
editing,
that outro did so good.
the the song is really good. It's like a fucking like lo-fi like R&B style song, and
Hmm.
it's nice. It's a really really good fucking outro, and it's probably it's one of those endings that actually I almost watched every episode whenever we ended the episodes,
Yeah,
because it's just such a good little fucking thing, and all the animation's really good. There's one particular animation with like the Anya walk cycle where she's walking home from school, and it's just really fucking good.
yeah.
But
Well,
anyways, episode 4.
yeah. Episode 4, the
Um,
tuning
this
exams.
it's time for the tuning exam. It's time for the
AKA
interview.
the interview exam. Um,
And when they're heading out, Lloyd's like, "All right, are you guys ready?" And then Anya and Yor like almost like they like salute and say, "Yes, sir," almost like soldiers. And they go down to school, and it's very much apparent that somebody is watching them,
oh yeah,
and that
but nobody
somebody is the
notices.
entire. Nobody else notices. Only Lloyd notices this, and we get cut back, and everybody there, like almost every key faculty member, is watching the
Yeah, from like the highest floor
from the
above.
highest buildings. I think the
Um,
windows might be slightly
they're
tinted, so you just can't
literally
see them.
failing people on how people are dressed, how they're
Addressed,
walking, how they're
how
like
they
presenting
behave,
themselves.
everything.
But in comes the
It's,
forgers.
yeah, man, they are impeccable, and fucking the one housemaster, particularly Mister Henry.
Ooh,
Um,
or like I like to
he
call him,
Mister
Headmaster One
Elegant
Eye.
here. Yeah, dude. He he is a man who values elegance above all else. This man is fucking suave,
Dude, he is.
and he notices the foragers like, ah, okay, we got to watch this family. They're not like all the other
Well, no,
families.
like he says that, oh, she
Yeah,
barely passed the exam. There's no
she
way
barely
that they're
passed the exam.
truly
There's no
elegant
way.
enough for this school.
And so he's
Uh,
like, I'm gonna watch over you guys, and I'm gonna be very very strict on this.
dude,
And
this is so funny.
they and then it starts off with is it the kid or the statue bit that it
The
starts off
statue
with?
bit. It's the statue.
Statue.
They
Okay,
walk
okay.
in.
So they go to the statue. It's like the statue of the founding member, and he's like, "All right, so what are they doing?"
And he
They walk
sees
up
that
and
they're paying tribute to the
they
school's
pay their
founder.
respects to the statue of the head of the founder of the school. And he's like, "Oh my, what?
Oh,
No
so
one's fucking
elegant!
so very elegant." He is blown away that no other family's done this, but the Forgers have.
Dude, he
And I
is
like this, he cuts.
so freaking orgasmic.
Yeah, dude. And I like how it cuts to like Anya and Yor, and they're like, I don't know who this guy is, but I'm just gonna do what Lloyd does.
Oh, dude, I got a pretty dope note I just
What's
noticed.
that?
It says, "In walked the saviors of elegance as they waltz around the orgasmic heartstrings of the headmaster One Eye."
Oh yeah.
Dude, that was
So
funny.
there's a there's a we find out there's two different halls. There's a pass hall and a fail hall for people who pass and fail the, I guess you can call this the preliminary
Yeah, pretty much.
segment.
They
And
they they were putting people in separate halls to pretty much tell them
yeah,
you failed or you passed.
yeah.
Um,
And then on their way to the pass hall, they find a kid who's stuck.
the
He fell
garbage
into
pail
this
kid,
he fell into this fat kid who fell into
a fucking
to a
sewer
storm drain,
drain.
a quote unquote failed. Quote unquote fell.
But he was
Um,
part of the test.
yeah. And he's like, all right, so no, most families wouldn't risk getting their clothes dirty helping someone stuck in a sewer drain.
But in
Oh, they
comes
do.
Lloyd,
Lloyd just fucking sticks his foot in and
just
fucking gets
full-heartedly
dirty.
throws himself into the
And
sewer drain.
he yoinks that kid out.
Just
That kid gets
fucking
yoinked.
yeets the garbage pail kid into the air. uh,
Yeah, dude. And
he's like, "Oh, you've dirtied
he's
your
like, oh,
clothes.
he's like,
How
oh,
dare
they
you?"
passed. They're gonna get him. Oh shit, no, they fell. He dirtied his clothes. That's not elegant. And he's like, ah, okay, listen, we don't worry, we got clean clothes.
They
And so they
just
gotta change your clothes.
changed
And at
into
that
clothes.
point, Henry is just like, what?
What
They
is
got a
this
second change of
family?
clothes? This is very elegant. They pass. They pass.
So he, no, this isn't. We have to come
Yeah,
to the stampede first.
yeah, yeah.
So somehow a stampede is released onto
Uh-huh.
the school. I don't know how they released a stampede in the middle of the city. By the way,
Oh no, they didn't. This was not. And Henry,
I
when
know it was
Henry's
an
like, what? We
accident,
weren't.
but how did a whole farm of animals get in the middle of a fucking
I think they
city?
have. I think there's a farm. I think there's a farm or something on the school campus.
Oh, maybe, but
There's. I think they probably keep animals or something there for because they do like gourmet meals and shit. So it's probably they got their own like livestock.
I'll let you tell this part since
But
you liked
anyways,
it so much.
let's do Bulls on Parade. As they're there, and so your springs in, does some fucking gentle fish shit on a cow,
Gentle fish
and
shit.
she's this is what she's doing the fucking pressure point shit. So it looks like the gentle fish stuff, and and to the point where the fucking other animals are scared, and Anya just goes over the cow is like paralyzed on the ground. She's like, all right, there, just go home. It's all right. She pets the cow, and the animals leave.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was
And
just
the
like, poor cow. Just,
Yeah, she just pets the cow, and they leave. And then when Lloyd picks her up, he's like, they're going home.
but then, no,
Uh,
it's like,
then
uh, the elegant headmaster in the top of the thing. He's like, "Oh, they've soiled their clothes again. They're done for. They're done
they're
for."
done
And then
for. They're
Lloyd
not gonna
slips
have
into
any of
his
those change of clothes.
Monopoly Man clothes.
Yeah, Lloyd's like, yo, I got a third change of
And
clothes.
then
It's all good.
that's when Headmaster had enough. He ran
He's like,
down the
ah,
stairs.
these guys aren't just well prepared. They're fucking scary.
They're just
These
like, "What
guys,
the shit? This is beyond preparedness." So he
this
runs
is beyond this is
downstairs
beyond elegant.
and he goes to greet the family with the most utmost respect.
Yeah, dude.
um,
Um, I'll say I like how Twilight Lloyd mentions how this mission is unironically one of the most stressful missions he's been on, and he's fucking infiltrated terrorist groups and fucking gone through the fucking jungle, stopped a bomb.
Dude, it's crazy, and this
Like
is the
he's
hardest mission he's ever had to do.
uh
Oh, that was so
uh
funny.
so
Um,
it's interview time,
Dude,
and
this is funny. Um,
and yeah, so you continue. What were you
um,
saying there,
Immediately, the king of the garbage pail kids starts to
dude?
jab at the family.
Yours doing so well as well. Like both Anya and Yor are doing very
They're
well in
doing
this interview. They're fucking
fantastic. Um,
acing it. And this fat bastard, fucking Murdoch, this asshole
like I said,
has
king
the
of the
butt,
garbage pail.
and it's like, whoa. So you said your wife died, Mr. Forger. Well, what does your wife do? Does she cook? How can she be a good wife? She doesn't cook well. And
Dude, he's just on it, dude.
Lloyd goes in. He's like, well, she cleans. She's a capable mother, and she cleans.
And
Um, the house she cleans very well, and she's
Anya
still
loves
like she does
her.
her
Like,
her part, and Anya loves her. And this motherfucker is
ooh,
like, all right,
dude.
well, who do you love more, your original mother or your new mother? And this is obviously a very very sore subject for Anya,
Dude, she
and
just
she
starts
just has a fucking
crying.
breakdown.
She said,
Yeah, and
"Mama."
I want to know more about her past because that could there could be something really fucked up there.
Yeah, there really could be.
Because
And
she's about to have a fucking breakdown because of it.
yeah, it's awful.
And fucking I'm trying to think. Uh,
Yor jumps
I'm trying
up
to, so
and it goes to
she
console
jumps up.
her.
Um, Anya Anya is able to get her composure back,
Yeah,
and
but
they
Lloyd is
he
having an
asks.
internal
Yeah,
what do I do moment.
he wants to fuck this guy up
He's like, I can't punch him. I
so
can't punch
bad.
him. I can't punch him.
I
I
can't
can't punch
punch him,
him.
and so he just restrains himself. And one
But
of the questions that they ask is, what how do you score your parents? And she says they are a perfect 100,
yeah, perfect 100.
and it's so
It's the
nice.
cutest
There's one
thing.
thing I don't have it in my notes, but I did want to mention how I like how when they're asked what her ambitions are. And she's like, I want to infiltrate the the head of the organization. And
she
he's like,
reads
oh, you're
Lloyd's
very
mind.
aspirational. You want to be like a top person at school, okay? And then
She's interested in one of the lead administrators of the school. Is
the
what the way
administrators,
they took
it's
it.
like, oh, taking interest in one of our higher ups. That's very ambitious.
it'll take a lot of time and dedication to
Uh-huh.
achieve such a high honor, is what the
And
elegant man
and
said.
then and then they ask her, well, how are you gonna work hard to get those? And she's it's like, well, I'll walk through the jungles and all this like stuff. It's like, oh,
She's
I see
reading Lloyd's
you're very
mind the
dedicated.
entire time.
She's reading Lloyd's mind. Because and she's just using whatever Lloyd is thinking of, and she's like, and Lloyd isn't even thinking of stuff. He's like, oh man, this girl has like an active imagination. Damn,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
it's
But
pretty good.
the
But
end of it, it
the,
turns out Lloyd ends up losing his fucking cool. Um,
yeah, dude,
and in a way to keep him from punching the actual I guess he was another
yeah.
headmaster. Garbage pail man.
He's gonna punch Mr. King Garbage Pail,
But he
and
contained himself and slammed his fist down through the coffee table, crushing a mosquito.
yeah, there was
and
mosquito. There was mosquito.
I want to just draw attention to his face during the
Yeah,
scene.
dude.
It was crazy.
Dude, he looks so intensely at fucking at this fat fucker, and
Yeah,
that dude he is like scared, actually legitimately scared.
yeah. It's really really crazy.
Um,
He doesn't know what to do. He ends up telling the guy, he's like, "Don't you ever come back." But Lloyd walks out like a G, saying, if picking on kids and slandering family names is what this school is about, I will never return."
yeah,
Oh,
and at
he
that
walks
point
out like
when
a G.
yeah, dude, he walks out. And this guy's like full of himself and whatnot. And as soon as they leave, Henry just gets up and he decks this fucker.
Dicks the fat fuck
He
in his face.
he elegantly punches him. A gentleman's strike, even.
Yeah, but the episode ended with them being very disappointed that they failed.
Uh huh.
Um,
Yeah, everyone's like super fucking
but
demoralized.
they're trying to like they're trying to make themselves better. It's like, oh, it's okay.
Mhm.
If if it happens, it happens. I'm sure we'll still get in. Maybe everything
Yeah.
before that will come to composure. And one of my notes says the ghost of King Garbage Pail comes back to haunt the family by knocking their picture off the wall.
Yeah, dude. One thing that also made me a little sad here is that Anya is especially devastated because she does because if the interview if they fail, that could mean the end of her family,
Yeah, it really
and she doesn't
could.
want to see
So
that.
she's super
Yeah, and that's
super
just
upset.
fucking yeah. So episode
Um,
5, the results are being shown, and they don't seem to appear on it. However, Mr. Elegant himself comes out and he's like, "Yo, you guys are going to be put on a waiting list.
yeah,
So you guys are
it's really
technically
cool.
in, but you're the first priority on the waiting list. So as
But
soon as someone
didn't
drops, you'll be let in."
didn't that happen in episode 5 though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're going
Episode
into episode 5
5,
now
yeah,
because
episode 5 was just a big
because
mash of
yeah because because the last episode ends with the portrait calling.
yeah, and
Yeah. So
pretty much
Yor has Yor has a fantasy about killing one of the applicants.
yeah, killing one of the applicants. Like, oh no, I can't do
And
that.
it's like, oh, I can't
No,
do that. Anya's doing a fucking prayer dance,
man, and
and it's super fucking
it's
cute.
super cool. And then they finally get the call.
To get the
Uh,
call,
they that Anya got let in, and they
and in
it
comes
was such a cool
Lloyd.
way. He had such a serious face, and then just pops a confetti cannon
He pulls a fucking confetti popper out of his pants.
and
He
pops
fucking
it
had that
off.
shit on standby, ready to pop it.
It was so funny.
Frankie comes in with the fucking booze,
Dude, Frankie
and they
comes in and
celebrate.
and then Anya gets rewarded uh
Yeah,
for passing in a sense.
yeah,
And it brings us into one of the like a really cool reward, by the
yeah.
way.
They're just
Um,
like, oh, since he did well, what do you want, Anya? She's like, I want to be rescued from a castle.
so they end up renting out a whole theme park castle
Yeah.
that was shot in one
Hmm.
of her cartoons episodes,
Yeah.
and they get there.
Lloyd, listen, Lloyd's got to be such a fucking he's like so good of a fucking spy. He's able to pull major fucking strings.
Dude,
Like
um,
he is.
but they ended up sending the money out to him like super fast, a helicopter to get
Yeah.
there, and they end up getting there, and Anya's like super upset because there's nothing to do,
Hmm.
and so
Um,
he
I
ends
like how
up
she's planning the whole thing with Frankie as well. Like she's got this huge ass fucking mat with the castle drawn out, and she's like spitballing ideas to Frankie.
yeah, and this was before they even got to the castle to begin with.
Yeah, before they got to the castle. This is while Lloyd's pulling the strings, but he is like, that Anya is Frankie is helping Anya plan the event, and it's great. Dude, Anya's fucking flight suit though,
Oh, it was cute. She was so
it's
cute.
so fucking cute. Um, you got Anya, the castle philosopher. She's like, well, if there's nobody here, is it really a castle?
It
Um,
but in the end, Lloyd ends up getting almost every fucking available spy to come out
Spy.
there,
Yeah,
and he disguised it as in a code on the mic.
yeah.
That way, Anya and them wouldn't figure it
Yeah,
out.
he was
That it was a
tapping. He was tapping
training
his foot in
yeah,
Morse code.
that it was a training montage for him to see if he could withstand the attacks.
Yeah,
And
and dude,
they
all the
they're like,
spies are so fucking excited. Like I'm gonna get to show my skills off the fucking Twilight.
dude,
This is gonna be fucking awesome. Like they're all so stoked.
but the whole
And
the whole scene through the entire episode was he had to obtain Anya, which was the princess, and he was the
Yeah,
spy from the
Anya's
episode.
yeah, Lloyd's the spy. Anya's the princess. Frankie's the evil. He's the bad guy. And Yor, well, she can be whatever.
Yeah, yours just whatever.
Yor's just whatever. Yor's strong throughout this entire thing.
Dude, she's so funny.
She is a lightweight if I've ever seen one.
She was
Because
drunk the entire episode.
she's way even when they were celebrating, she only drank like maybe two or so glasses of wine. She was already fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But the scenario's been set, and we go into the first segment, which is the quiz. And Frankie, there's one thing about Frankie I'd like to get into. That is, dude, Frankie gets in. Whenever Frankie has to role play, he fucking gets into it.
Dude, he fucking crushes it. Like, that's so
He
good.
crushes it. He is doing big fucking villain energy. Like, dude, if Frankie was a wrestler, he'd be a really good fucking heel.
Dude, he's really,
Because
really good.
he fucking gets into it.
He's really good. But basically, Lloyd goes through this entire castle. He goes through this quiz that Anya creates for him to
that Anya
come
creates
through.
for him. And if Lloyd fucks it up, he's got to put on a mask.
Which is the mask and the cape from the spy
From the spy cartoon,
episode.
yeah.
And he ends up having to wear it in front of all of his spy buddies.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh man, it's so fucking embarrassing."
He loses that challenge. They speed through.
Dude, the setup on this thing's fucking nuts because this castle actually, this is just a regular ass castle. They set up the fucking power systems and everything.
No. That was
Like,
part of the all of the themes at the park, like the big air balloon thing.
Yeah.
That's already set there because it's a theme park.
Either way, still, like, dude, it's fucking nuts.
It is nuts. It's a nuts episode.
This is a nuts setup.
Yeah.
And dude, seeing Anya after Frankie speeds off, Anya has like this looks so fucking happy, and it's like the cutest like fucking thing I've seen.
Oh yeah, it's really
so
good.
But anyways, we'll get to our first thing where Lloyd's got to slide down this huge ass slide.
Yeah, he slides down the slide
into a fucking ball pit.
Was it a ball? It was a ball pit. It was most
Well,
definitely.
it's a room with huge ass balls.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna call it ball
he
pit.
ends up having to like dodge all of the balls.
And the animation of all these balls coming in and him fighting these people,
dude, it's crazy.
It's so
the
fucking
brain
slick. I
power
love it
behind
so much.
Everything that he has to do in this very moment, between dodging every single ball and looking at every movement from every spy in the room.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's insane. Like,
but basically, all of the spies are shooting like ball cannons at him on the bottom floor, and he has to climb the tower in order to get to where Anya
is. And dude, he's
the
like
smooth transition,
dodging. He's fucking. He takes out one of the guys and takes their gun and is shooting back up at the people.
Dude, it's really insane.
It's fucking insane. And he gets to the top, and he whips out a zip line because you got to use a zip line. And what fucking happens? The music fucking kicks in, and it syncs with the fucking explosion that goes off behind him as he's going down this fucking zip line.
Yeah,
dude,
this zip line scene was really good. Oh my gosh!
So
everything that
good.
was happening in that very moment, the fireworks, the explosions, man, it was insanity. It was so cool though. Just the way he was going down and the way Anya looked at him coming down the zip line.
Yeah,
that was really, really good too. There's so many good scenes and cute scenes from Anya.
Yeah, dude.
Like you said, this podcast of this anime is mostly going to be.
It's going to be mostly about Anya
just because she's
there's so much good shit to go through.
Because to be honest, they focused on her more than any character in the entire anime.
Yeah.
But
Well, she is basically like Lloyd's like probably like the like we consider the main character, but Anya is very much like if there is like if there could be two like main characters, Anya's like the second like main character.
yeah,
Like not like second product like the main character.
I would say she is
Um
the main character.
and and
Um, and I think it's just because she's the bystander of everything that's going on.
yeah
It's
so
like the
she's
anime
like the
is being
she's the
told in the perspective of Anya's
yeah
visions. Uh,
she's the foil. The entire thing is her is her having to deal with her telepathy and all the shit that she unfortunately is knowledgeable of
and it would
because
be kind of
of
cool
everyone's
if
thoughts.
all of this was just a big daydream of Anya's, like with her
That'd
being
be
so
great.
young, that her
Although I
dad's a
don't know
big
if I could do
spy,
I
and
don't know if I could
imagine.
deal with that. That might make me sad.
I wouldn't say that'd be saddening for me. I
Yeah,
think that'd be a really cool like tie-in, but
yeah.
um,
But anyways, lands in and he has to fight a witch, which is your
yeah.
and she is so drunk that she can't hold back and is
She
going
breaks
at
out the
Lloyd
drunken
with
fist
all her
style.
fucking might.
She breaks out the drunken fist style.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
And
She's
dude,
it's just straight up. She's like
she
when Rock
actually
Lee.
cut Lloyd's face mask off with her heel of her shoe.
Yeah, yeah,
Cuts his face. And she just ain't holding
and
back because she's drunk and actually thinks Lloyd's a villain.
yeah, and
Oh, it's so funny.
Lloyd's like, oh shit, how am I gonna deal with this? And right as soon as Lloyd is at like the peak of his worry, Yor just fucking passes out.
Yeah, just passes the fuck out. But we now
Uh-huh.
know who. We now know Twilight's match.
Yeah, dude.
Yor in general would fuck him up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, man.
um,
But it ends. He successfully rescues Anya, and they have a nice little moment by the lake
I really like
at the end
that,
of the episode.
but the end of the episode was the
It's
funniest.
it's mhm. Oh, you mean when Handler receives the bill?
Yeah, she's just no. She goes to
She's like,
hand the bill to
what?
somebody,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Is all this correct?" She's like, "It's correct." Like,
Uh-huh.
just bill it. Just bill
Yeah.
it.
He better be glad he's like the best guy in the business. I feel like if he was any other schmuck, he wouldn't he probably wouldn't be around very much longer. But anyways, we can move on to episode 6.
Yeah, we can finish. This is gonna be the last
I gotta
episode.
I gotta say, rest in peace to Anya's hair spike
Oh yeah.
at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
It got crushed,
Got.
and it got crushed. Man, rip to it. Let's see. We find out that Eden, which is the school that Anya's going to, has a issue with the alumni. People who aren't part of like the school, who aren't alumni, tend to look at Eden
Being
alumni
bullied and
in a very poor light, and it's
yeah,
very much like a big issue there with that. And I think also like there's some like people who are Eden alumni tend to be assholes and what. It's just a whole like thing.
yeah. Oh, but Anya
Um,
gets immediately terrified.
yeah, she is immediately scared.
She's like, I don't want to go back to. I don't want to go to school anymore.
Oh, I don't want to go to school
And she just
because I don't want
immediately
to.
gets like, I don't want to do this. Don't make me go to school.
Uh-huh.
Um,
It's also
but
good.
we get a
Um,
reassurance. Anya gets reassurance that she is very well taken care of.
yeah, man. Yeah, oh no,
Um,
don't worry. Listen, Lloyd, throughout this, especially like as the series goes on, I'm sure Lloyd and Yor will have adopted this whole mentality of, all right, listen, if you mess with Anya, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You can mess with everything else, but Anya, nah. Um, but it was just scared Anya was really fucking cute. Lloyd receives a briefing through Steak. They You there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah. So we receive a steak briefing. The Anya animation here is so fucking on point.
Oh, dude, it's really good. Oh,
Uh-huh.
um, so this
Uh
is where Anya gets. But they end up going to the grocery store,
yeah.
and Yor ends up misplacing her, and Anya goes outside while
Mhm.
Yor is ringing up the groceries, and
Oh,
uh,
actually, this is there's some other things before that.
like what?
We meet Handler. Lloyd goes into a photo booth,
Photo booth.
and
I don't remember this. I'll let you do this.
you get it's because he talks with Handler, who's like the overseer of the operation, about the bills.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Okay.
and then we also learn here that Anya we learn, I think, Handler also tells us Lloyd, it's like, okay, your target goes to this thing that only like people who are like the top of the top in their class can go to, and to do that you must acquire 8 Stella Stars.
Yeah. We learn about
Or you
the
gotta go on an epic quest to find the 8 Stella Stars.
yeah, it's like the merit system
Yeah,
of the
and if
school.
you get a demerit, you get a Tonitrus Bolt, and if you get 8 of those, you're fucking expelled. You're out of here,
Yeah,
son.
they end up telling Lloyd that they expect Anya to have all 6 Stella Star or 8 Stella Stars in
Yeah,
what a month or six
yeah,
months or something.
something like that.
It was like super fast. Like oh, like holy
Hmm.
crap, dude. Uh,
Um, but there's that. There's another thing mentioned before the grocery shopping thing that I think is important to talk about. And that is Anya being super stoked about her new uniform and showing it off to people.
oh yeah, this is where she was like running around the park after they
She's
got
running around the
the
park,
fitting. Like
showing it
Anya looks
off.
cute. Anya looks cute, doesn't she?
Anya looks cute, doesn't she?
Like look at my
So,
new uniform.
getting.
Anya looks so cute. Like,
Hmm.
that's the way she was talking too. That was so funny.
Yeah, yeah, she is. It's great. But as they're getting groceries, Anya runs out, and she gets snatched.
Yeah, she gets schwippled by a bunch of fucking
Yeah, fucking punks.
punks and miscreants,
Like, oh
bitches.
man, we can get some money off you.
She's like,
You're wearing a
ooh, we can
Eden uniform. I'm
because
sure your
the
mom will.
yeah, the maid. What is the maid gonna do?
Yeah, the maid. Yeah, what's the maid gonna do? You're not
So they
the
end up
maid. You're
taking
gonna get
her,
pregnant.
and Yor rushes out after them, and they're like, "We're gonna give you one chance. You're gonna take this message to her mom, and you're gonna pay
Yeah,
this amount of money before we let her go." And Yor's like, uh, I will murder every single last one of you if you don't let her go right now. They're like,
yeah,
what are you gonna do? You're just the maid. She's like, I'm the mom.
yeah. And she. Oh
And
man,
she
I haven't actually. I
busts
have a
that
note
dude.
here.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a note here. Your delivered groceries straight to a dude's face and punches through a pumpkin on another dude. Like,
She
dude,
really does.
she fucks these guys up.
Dude,
She
she
smacks one dude in the face with a sack of groceries.
just fucks him up too. I mean,
Yeah,
like it hit
and
him
then
so
the other
hard,
dude.
almost matches the speed from the old lady in Madagascar.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
dude.
it's crazy
And
how
then,
hard
like I
she
said,
hit
she
that dude.
punches through a pumpkin.
Dude, I know that shit hurt.
It smashes the pumpkin.
Yeah, it smashes the fucking pumpkin. Okay, holy shit, dude. And
Like
it
that, you
freaks.
gotta be fucking strong to do
It
that,
was
dude.
funny because like after she did it, and I wasn't expecting it. This is what made me laugh. One of the guys, she's like, she just did that to a pumpkin. Like, shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like watching someone crush a watermelon melon with their thighs.
Yeah. But after
You
all of
know
this
how it is. Yeah.
craziness on the first end of the episode, it goes into her finally getting introduced to her classmates in this big
Yeah.
introductory fancy
Yeah.
school gala, whatever the fuck it's called. Um,
Yeah. And it's like your admittance day. It is like the orientation, I guess you could call
I would
it.
call it orientation. It's where all the students get called from the
Yeah.
bleachers down to their
Yeah.
respected classrooms. Um,
Hmm.
but they're try. It goes
So
over.
we,
It goes over Lloyd's uh, backup plan instead of plan
it's like, all
A.
right, listen, if she can't get 8 stars, she'll be friends
Damien.
the son with Damien, and
He just breaks it
then
down.
we'll just go. Then if they become good enough friends, then he can invite her to his house, and I can introduce myself.
Right.
And so that's plan B,
Plan B.
which is going into motion now.
And she goes
And
down, and
then it goes down.
she
She sees
meets the
Damien.
anti Becky.
Yeah, Becky, our first Becky,
Becky,
who's not a
but anti
Becky.
Becky.
She's a Becky in name only.
Yeah, she's a Becky in name only. It's I like your little
Uh,
description. The anti Becky again. The anti Becky.
listen, I can't stress it. She is the anti Becky.
She's such an awesome person towards Anya,
Yeah,
and
she's a homie.
she immediately makes friends with Anya. And
Yeah.
but after all this, they end up going through a tour of the entire
Oh,
school.
there's one more thing to mention about Anya's class, and that is almost all of the children there are all children of extremely influential people, and Lloyd sees this as a huge opportunity to get intel.
Yeah, it's
Like
he's like, there's so
like
many
there was one
kids
kid
here.
who's like the kid of a weapons manufacturer. There's like so many other fucking people just like who are children of like super influential political figures.
Yeah, it's so many.
Hmm.
And Lloyd's having a
Yeah.
like that's his orgasmic moment.
Yeah, dude. He's like, ah, dude, all that fucking intel, man.
Just look at him.
I'm
Look at him.
looking at their
Look at
wells
him.
of information. I'm gonna need you to be good friends, Anya.
And Yor is like, he gets so passionate about her first day at school.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Um, let's see.
But
We got Damien, who is very, very, very much full of himself. Like Anya's looking at him, it's like he's just thinking to himself, "Ah, man, he must be awestruck by my presence. You got good taste, kid."
you got good taste, kid.
Hmm.
Fucking Damien, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Damien's even got like an entourage of yes men, or as I like to call them both in school,
The
because
Blues
that's
Brothers.
kind of what they are.
I call them the Blues
Yeah, no,
Brothers.
actually, they're not brothers. They're just
I know
they
they're
look
not
similar,
brothers,
but they're not
dude. It was
brothers.
a joke.
Yeah,
I just compare them to the Blues Brothers because
yeah.
the Blues Brothers aren't
Oh, the
brothers
Blues Brothers.
either.
Yeah. But yeah, no, these kids are fucking shitty.
Dude, they're fucking
Damien's
dickheads,
all
dude.
right, like kind of all right. Damien's like full of himself, but there's some other things to his character. But these kids are fucking
They're
assholes.
just bitches. They're just
They're
bitches.
fucking yeah. They're just little fucking yes men.
Uh,
And
but we get into
uh
the funnier part of the episode where they start going through the tour of everything.
yeah.
And they talk about the cafeteria and how the high scholar students get to eat at the top part of it in a
Mhm.
fancy little room, and they get all kinds of cool shit given to them. And it this is the first scene of bullying, but Anya goes for the straightforward method of we should be friends.
We need to be
towards Damien.
friends.
And Damien's like, well, how much money does your dad make? We might could be friends. This little bitch,
Yeah.
dude.
Uh-huh.
And Anya, she's
She
like,
says he's a feelings
he's a
doctor.
feelings doctor. He's like, oh, a psychiatrist. Your dad's poor. We can't be friends. Like I
We
would
can't
ever
be
be friends with
friends.
someone whose parents are poor. I was
Yeah,
like,
and as Anya is
dang.
super angry, and she thinks back to some training that she did with Yor. She was wanting to train with Yor after the incident with the
Yeah, she ends up.
kidnappers.
Yeah, she ends up
And
learning a new
your
move.
tells her, well, listen, sometimes you shouldn't use violence as your first
Sometimes
answer. First,
turning the cheek
you
is the
should
best.
try and just play it off and be cool. And Anya, Anya's response to this insult is just to pull out the smuggest face possible.
Yeah, it was.
And she is just staring at him.
Y'all, you're probably seeing it right now on your screen, but
Yeah,
it's so funny in the anime how she just busts it out,
yeah.
and he's like, "Are you making fun of me? Are you, what? Would you
And
smug?" She
and then
just busts Becky.
Becky is she's like, oh, dude, you're really cool, Anya.
She's like, "Oh, you're so mature. This girl's awesome. You're so cool. I must judge you." And she instantly
Hmm.
becomes friends with Anya after that, and
Yeah. And
it
Damien
cuts
proceeds
into
to be a
another,
little
yeah,
fucking asshole, steps on fucking Becky's
Becky's
shoe,
foot, yeah.
and at that point, that's
That was a big
that's when
no-no.
Anya. That was a big no-no. Anya's like, oh, I have to fucking do that shit,
No, he ends up like, "I'm
and
gonna bully
she,
you every day,"
yeah,
and then Anya just immediately she's like, "Okay, I'm done with the smug face. It's time for action. He's dead."
and she just immediately, no hesitation, just fucking
Fucking,
knocks him the fuck out.
she moinks this man across the
There's
fucking room.
so there is so much energy packed into this one punch.
Dude, he does like a triple flip into the garbage cans.
Yeah, dude.
She punches him so hard. And then you think he was just gonna get up. In my mind, I was like, he's gonna get up and they're gonna start wrestling. But no, he gets up and immediately starts crying like a little
Oh,
bitch.
dude, he got fucking decked super hard, man.
He got fucking
That
yeeted.
shit hurts.
He got
Um,
yeeted, dude.
and
Of course, here comes
Henry
Henry.
comes on. He's like, "What's going on here?" And he's like, "He walked into my fist."
He walked into my fist. He's like,
And the look on Anya's face as she's saying he walked into my fist
dude.
is so
Oh, and then
good.
Henry's like,
And
no.
then
Becky chimes in with trying to take the blame or something, wasn't it?
she's like, he stepped on my shoe, and she decided to defend me.
No. That's what Anya said, but I thought
That's what
Becky
Anya said. Yeah.
chimed in.
No, I think she said that he tripped. I think.
Yeah, that was it. But no, the kids
Yeah.
are just like, no, we watched it.
Yeah.
She
And then
fully
and then
punched this
Anya
man in the
said, yeah.
face, and then Anya said,
And then
she went to
he stepped
crybaby
on.
mode.
And he's
Such
like,
the
he stepped
biggest
on
fake
Becky's
out
shoe.
ever, dude.
Uh,
Said he stepped on my friend's shoe and I was trying to protect her from getting hurt. And Henry
mhm.
again has an orgasmic, like such
This is
elegance,
delicate.
so valorant to want to protect her
Uh-huh.
friend. But
Yeah.
he ended up having to give her a Titus bolt. That's sadly.
Yeah. He brought Lloyd and Yor up to the office, and he's like, listen, she punched a kid. He punched Damien on their first day. And they got like they're obviously like slightly disappointed in her, but they immediately go to comfort her.
Yeah,
And normally this offense is worth 3 tonsure bolts, but Henry's able to talk it down to 1
because of the actions she took to protect her
because of the
friend.
action she took. Yeah.
So yeah, this is where Lloyd starts cracking down
So
way too hard, and this is one of the wholesome
yeah.
scenes where Lloyd just lets it go and
Hmm.
consoles her with Yor.
Yeah.
Yor gives him a talk of a lifetime. Like, maybe you shouldn't be so mean about this. Mainly because
Yeah.
Yor has experience in raising children with her
Yeah.
brother.
Yep. With her brother.
But honestly, that pretty much ends the episode of. But
Yeah, but that's basically where it ends.
yeah,
But yeah, with that,
with the time restraint that we
it's
have, we're gonna
it's
have to cut this into two parts.
we have to
Sadly,
cut it into two parts,
um,
unfortunately. We went a little too. I think episode one is where it like
it
got
really
really
we really just got too
because
in
we
depth.
really got too excited and into it and talked
Well, I think it wasn't
a
even
little
that. It was
we a
just
little.
there was a lot of elements that got introduced in the
There's
first
a lot to talk
episode.
about in episode one. Yeah, there's a lot
But
to talk about.
the next six
But
episodes aren't gonna be that bad.
yeah,
They're pretty
but
good. Not gonna lie, but
mhm.
um, given that, uh, I give it a 10 so far.
Yeah. So
Since
far,
I give it a 10. Since we watched all of it,
yeah.
I give it a 10 out of 10, dude. It's incredible,
Hmm.
really good,
Yeah, I'm
wholesome.
about the same here. I normally I'm not one for giving like perfect scores. I go with like a 9.45, but that's basically like in my books that's like basically 10
Then why don't you just say 10?
because like I got a weird philosophy when it comes to like perfect scores.
Oh, we gotta get into
Yeah, that's weird,
philosophy.
but I'm sorry. No, but we're not gonna get into that. But I really fucking enjoy this. This is definitely gonna be like one of my tops.
It is. I wouldn't say
Um,
it's one of my just tops. It's really good, but we
yeah,
have to see the next part of Jujutsu
yeah, the next half
Kaisen
of it. Yeah,
before I call it my top.
yeah.
So
Um,
and the future events of this one, because where it did
uh-huh.
start off really strong, it started lacking a little bit towards the end. But we'll get more into that in the next
Yeah.
part.
Well,
But um,
yeah. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll
we'll
get
con-
back next week with the second half of the second part of this podcast.
and
And I'm Bopsto the Elder Weeb,
and I'm Red, the bald-headed wonder.
and you just got done watching the
The
Anime
anime
Boys.
boys. Anyway,
Ah,
see you guys.
you see.